Welcome back, all my 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ with Tim's Nation, and today I'm talking to you about my list that I'm going to be taking against Lane and his Votann later today. Once again, the Necrons are going to be taking on the Votann, and we're going to be doing Tear Down the Icons. But this is going to be the last time that we get practice before we pack up and head to Pittsburgh for Bedlam at the Berg. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do, and turn on the bell for notifications so you can see the rest of the videos in this series, including Lane's Votann list, and the battle report, and the post-game wrap-up. With all that being said, let's jump over into my list, which is going to be the army I'm taking to Pittsburgh, as well as the army playing against Lane today in our last practice matchup against the Votann. All right, so this is my Canoptic Harvest. This has been the list I've been running for a while, focused on a lot of Canoptic units, as well as a double Catan build. We'll start off with my Canoptic units, which are my fast attack and my compulsory in this army. I have two squads of Wraiths. One's a 5-man with claws. The other is a 4-man with whip coils. These guys have a 4-up invulnerable save to help me get that nice little wall to keep pressure and help score Purge the Vermin points. My other fast attack is my Scarabs, two 9-man squads. With the spiders in this list, I can keep bringing them back. Also a good target for my 5-up invuln to be able to get out there and again, just kind of bog down units. With my Dynasty, they also are able to actually do a bit of damage out of my list. Moving over to my Necron Warriors, I have a 19-man squad of Necron Warriors. These guys were an addition in there to help me with Ancient Machineries. Since Ancient Machineries is, it scores at the end of the turn if I do it with an objective secured unit. I want to make sure I have one in there to kind of accelerate that and help me into the late game, just so I can guarantee some points on that with the Necron Warriors. These guys are a 19-man brick, also a good target for my 5-up invulns out of the army to be able to make sure that they can do what I want them to do later into the game. Over into my elites, I have my Tomb Spiders, the Canoptic Spiders. It's a 3-man squad with Particle Beamers and 1 Gloom Prism. Gloom Prism isn't going to be able to help me very much with Lane and his Votann, but other Psychic armies and Psychic secondaries, it's a great little addition to have in there. Particle Beamers are going to be 12 shots apiece, so 36 shots coming off this unit. Even though they're AP 0, it's still a nice volume of shots coming out of that unit. Last in my elites is my tag team champs, the Nightbringer and the Void Dragon. The Nightbringer will start with Antimatter Meteor, while the Void Dragon starts with Sky Falling Stars, and then they have their unique Catan powers. And depending on the matchup, I can shift those powers out. Lately, I've been able to go double Sky of Falling Stars. Going into Lane's Votann, I probably won't go double Sky of Falling Stars since he has very few targets for it. This game, I'll probably stay on the Antimatter Meteor and just 1 Sky of Falling Stars. Over into my HQs, I have a Necron Overlord. He has a Resorb as well as the Pharaon upgrade, so I'm able to do my Will Be Done onto 2 of my units. And other than that, he's just a little bit bulkier. I decided to take the Overlord over the Lord because of the My Will Be Dones. And yeah, he's been a critical piece in my army, especially late into the game. He's able to block out and zone out my backfield after he uses Resorb. So he's not too bad. Moving over into the Chronomancers, I'm bringing 2 of them. They are able to give 2 units a 5-up invuln as well as rerolling failed charges. And they have the Aeon Stave, so they can ignore invulns as well, which is, I guess I'd say that's cute, as most as it is. It really hasn't been that effective to be able to down anything, but it's a nice little thing to knock away some invulns and be able to possibly chip a little bit of damage through there. And last, but certainly not least, is my Technomancer. He is the one that has all my Warlord traits and relics, his Warlord trait boosting the range of all of his auras. And he also has the relic for the Veil of Darkness. He does have Cryptek Arcanum of the Failsafe Overcharge to be able to give 1 unit Canoptic unit plus 1 attack. And if it's a monster, plus D3, so my spiders can get plus D3 attacks. And he also has the Canoptic Control Node, so it's an aura effect to give plus 1 to hit to all Canoptic units within range. So this is a Novak Dynasty, which I didn't mention at the beginning, which means that it will be with Protocol of the Hungry Void in effect for the entire game. They will have plus 1 strength when they charge, plus 1 AP when they charge. 6s in combat are additional AP, and the entire army gets +1 to their charge. This means units like my Scarabs that are normally AP 0 can get at least AP 1 on the charge and be able to kind of chew through some Marines such as infiltrators and intercessors that might be pesky and on objectives and try and take those away at early points in the game with their faster move. It also allows my spiders and my wraiths to just be a little more threatening. The whip quell wraiths that get extra attacks get an additional AP when they hit, so they're very, very strong in combat. Against Lane today, I'm going to be taking Purge the Vermin, which is one that I like to go to a lot with this list because I'm able to wall out. I like to use the wraiths to kind of threaten areas so that people don't want to dedicate in too far, because I can hit with the wraiths from inside of a building. So I'm going to take Purge the Vermin. I'm going to take Ancient Machineries. There is enough objectives out there for me to hit. We're doing Tear Down the Icons, so there's going to be 4 objectives that I can hit off that. So even if I hit 2, that's going to be 8 points. If I hit 3, I get the 12. So I like that one in this style of mission. And lastly, I will be doing Treasure of Aeons. Lane will be forced to take the 3 that are right down the middle. So that is one that even if I can just hold 1 objective, I'm going to score 10 points at the end of the game. And every time I'm able to tag that center objective, that's going to be an extra point at the end of the game. So all in all, that's going to be the Necrons that I'm taking today, as well as taking this weekend. And this is going to be our last and final practice game. So again, guys, thanks for listening, and hope you enjoy this battle report. We'll talk to you again soon.